Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and gamers, to a tutorial on how to be able to move chunks from one world to another, or you could potentially do this within the same world, but it's the extra step for the other world, so I figured I'd show that. Same process applies. Right here is the Intrinsic Season 2 world, the multiplayer server that I play on. This is the world. We have already trimmed it down, decided what things we wanted to keep. We wanted to just keep the main island and all the different districts that we had, and obviously, Dome is Pog, so we need to keep the Dome. So we have simply selected this area. If you don't know how to do that, I released a video not too long ago going over how to be able to do this. Simply go up to the selection, tools, all these things up here. You're going to go down here, copy chunks. Very nice, very simple, very easy. Probably figure this out, but then we're going to open up another world. So let's just open up Season 3. Open up the overworld. It's going to take a moment to load. Once it does, I'll be right back with you. It's still continuing to load in. It's going to take a long time, but this is all we really need. Here's the Season 3 world, as you can definitely see. Here's the area that I've been working on this season. Here is the blimp, the cathedral. Spawn is over here. Over here you can see the bridge. And Miss area, horses area, is up here. This is the Season 3 world, and we're able to move on over. I already found an area and explored it in-game. It'll take a moment to be able to get out there, but there is a space over here that we decided, why don't we mess with this? So we're able to go here now and simply place chunks. And we're able to move these around to where we want them to be by holding just left click, move it around, and place it exactly where we want on the chunk line. So if we zoom all the way in so we can see the chunk borders, by moving this, we're able to move it one chunk at a time wherever we might want it to be. I think this is the best spot we're going to be able to get it to be, simply without picking up. We'll go one more chunk over. Now that we have it where we want it to be, simply going to paste chunks. Are you sure you're about to import an unknown amount of chunks? Simply because it's so many. Override existing chunks, yes. Okay. It's going to take a long time to be able to do it, but once it is done, this will be in here. I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's all done. All right, and here it is. Now, obviously, are going to be some issues, weirdness, concerns. Few chunks are unexplored now because of this. There's clearly going to be a sharp, hard line along this, but this is simply going to be something we just have to deal with. So this island here is going to have to be sunk and fixed. We might need to do some terrain blending and things of that nature if it is deemed needed. But other areas, like, I'll be honest, right here, you can see it, but it isn't the clearest. It is not the clearest. And also, I don't even know if this boat was with this terrain or with this terrain. So this is in now. This season is in the world itself, and I'm going to prove that by hopping into the world. Here we are in the Season 3 world. If we're able to load this on up, going to take a moment as we have imported and changed a ton of the chunks. We should spawn in not quite above it, but we're able to move to it. So this is positive X, negative Z. If we head on in this direction, should be able to get there briefly. And actually, we did already. That was a lot closer than I thought it was. So this is the kind of things we have to deal with. Obviously, there's some things that we simply cannot blend, but this works. We have the entire Season 3 world now in. We're going to run into a ton of lag when we find the dome, because of course we're in the corner that had dome. But here's dome. You might be saying, somebody, that's not a perfect dome. No, this is perfection. This happens to be called dome. But that is how you're able to move one world into another. You might be wondering, ooh, why was I different? But you might be wondering, why are you showing this? What's all this about? Well, yeah, I tried. Well, the simple reason is you'll have to check the next video to find out what's going on in Intrinsic. Intrinsic announcements coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys were able to learn. And I hope this is able to be helpful to you. If you ever need to move a chunk in your world to another place or copy and duplicate a chunk to another location, you're able to do the exact same thing as we have done here. And just don't change the world file as you're working. So there you guys are. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys sometime soon with the next one. Goodbye.